Welcome back to Hidden Power. This is a Pokemon podcast, and today we're going to be talking about everything that we want to see on Pokemon Day announced for the 30th year anniversary. This is a big year. This is the 30th year anniversary, and there's so many games that we're anticipating that we've known about. Generation 10 is on the horizon. Pokemon Champions has been announced, but we know nothing about that game. Pokopia is going to be releasing in March. I think a lot of fans also are expecting some sort of announcement. This could be in the form of a classic Pokemon port collection, or even a wild card mobile app, a brand new Pokemon game. There's so many things to be excited about. We're going to be talking about everything today. My name is DustyGogoat. I'm also joined by TraderLumi.
Hello. And
SoulSilverArt.
What's up?
We've been doing this podcast for about 4 years, and Generation 10, this week, this year, the 30th year anniversary has been kind of our guiding light. It's been casting a shadow over us, over every single conversation that we've had about what we want to see introduced into the franchise. And we're here. We're about to be here. And so I think there's a lot of hype, anticipation, expectations, a lot of celebration going into Pokemon Day. What do you guys want to see? What are you most excited for?
I mean, Gen 10, right?
Yeah, I know. I'm with you. Yeah,
I am
10.
excited specifically with Gen 10. I think that's what everybody's most looking forward to, because this has been the longest gap we've had between gens, right? Normally it's a 3-year gap. The last time we had a 4-year gap was between Gen 3 and 4, and that was because of like delays or whatever. Like that wasn't a planned gap or anything like that.
Yeah.
So this is kind of unprecedented. I think the excitement is larger than it's ever been, maybe even. Like it's definitely up there. And I'm excited personally to see what they give us on Gen 10, because you'd go, oh, well, they're guaranteed give us this or they're guaranteed give us that. But actually, they've had different reveals in the past, like there's been trailers where they haven't even showed us gameplay footage and gave us the titles.
So you mean like even if Generation, because we're assuming Generation 10 is going to get announced.
Absolutely.
You're saying what is going to be in the announcement trailer.
Yeah,
right.
Like will we see the starters? And I think a lot of people will go, of course we'll see the starters. But I'll remind you, Sun and Moon, when it was announced, we did not see the starters. So it is not a given that we will. I think we will, but then Sword and Shield gave us a little more. They gave us the region name and the region map. So that's what I'm curious about is like, what do they give us of Gen 10? Do they give us gameplay? Do they give us the starters? Do they tell us about the region? How much are they willing to share on the reveal?
Yeah,
right.
No, 100%. What do you guys think? Because I want to say we're going to get the starters. Because even though they don't, I look at everything as a learning experience. And if originally Sun and Moon on the 20th year anniversary, that was the game that, right? You're right. Sun and Moon was launched alongside the start of the 20th year anniversary. That was a decade ago. In games that have been revealed since then, they have started to show the Pokemon. And I think if you show the starter Pokemon, like that is a great thing that you want to tie. That is a conversation starter that you want to tie to the announcement of your new game. If you announce a new game and there's nothing to talk about, no one's going to talk about it. Right. But if you say, these are the starters, here's the logo, and then maybe here's the vibe, and maybe the legends, like that is 4 months of discussion leading up to, okay, let's start putting out additional trailers in the summertime.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm saying starters. I that's my prediction. I want to see the starters.
But do you think that's it? Like they just show us the starters and the name of the games, of course. Like that'll come.
Let's go to. I want to hear what Soul thinks. I'm going to pull up the Scarlet and Violet trailer to see what they announced during that day.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a great idea to look at the past, because that's definitely what they should be looking at as well. I think that mostly in the past they've shown the starters, right? So I think that is the best and easiest bet. But like, so with what you're looking at now, which is the Scarlet and Violet announcement, we did get like obviously the region, not the name or anything.
Footage.
Yeah, gameplay of the region. So I think we will see like a montage of the region, and then probably the starters.
Got a Palmy tease there.
Wait, what?
Was it Palmy? Yeah, people. That's the fun thing.
What are you talking about?
That little, there's a shadow that like runs across and he shines this. You see? I think it was Palmy.
That's a little bit of a stretch.
No, I think he's right because fans. I remember all this because it was very recent, but fans essentially, that's the fun thing about these trailers is they leave little Easter egg things in the whole thing. Especially this one was full of stuff.
This one's full of stuff. Wait till you
this is the Scarlet and Violet announcement trailer for listeners, and on this trailer is essentially it's just one big tease. Like you got
Detective Pikachu.
It's about the first minute is like a, I guess it's like a security officer.
Yeah.
And he's like following some signs. He goes upstairs. He's got a flashlight. He's in a dark room. He goes into the room. There's all these artifacts in the room. And this actually is kind of a cool reveal or whatever. And he sees all these things in the room. And then he shines a flashlight on the wall. Oh, there's the Jurassic Park, the coffee shake. And then he shines the light on the wall. Oh, I missed it right here. Oh yeah, what does he do? Oh, there's the light's flashing. It's like it's like Stranger Things. He flashes the light on the wall, and then we see. Are we going to see it right here? Yeah, we're going to see it right here.
Yeah, it goes to the region.
It shows the game. Mm-hmm.
Oh, does it show the starters?
I can hear this.
The starters were at the very, very end.
Okay, yeah. So then it cuts to gameplay, which is actually, I feel like this announcement for Scarlet and Violet actually kind of felt. It just felt a lot different from previous. The idea that they're revealing like actual gameplay footage is kind of cool. I don't think the gameplay footage looks very good, especially what we know now about Scarlet and Violet. But it was kind of cool to showcase the region because that's what they're trying to emphasize, the open world. So maybe that's a thought process where it's like, depending on what Generation 10 and this game is all about, depending on what they actually want to showcase and what the big marketing, the big push, the selling point of the game is, that might give us an idea of what they're actually going to showcase in this, on Pokemon Day. And I think I'm just hearing myself and I'm like, I think I also want to make it clear that like, we're going to get news on Pokemon Day for Generation 10. That's what that's like a 99% guarantee. But after that, there's probably going to be a couple months before we get any additional information. So I think I'm interested in what we're going to learn because like, that is what is going to be the fuel or the focal point of, I guess like, the start of this new generation.
Right. And I mean, we'll get into it with like the other stuff that they'll show in this, but like they're going to have their plates full. We're going to have our plates full for a little while, like a couple months after this. So I wouldn't imagine seeing much of Gen 10 until, May or so after this, but I don't know. You never know. But that's not this prediction video.
Yeah.
When we looked at this trailer, I mean, they did show off like the best parts that they could, and I think that they will try to do that again.
Yeah.
Like they show the Pokemon, and everyone was impressed with like what the Pokemon looked like here. The original like opening scenes of Scarlet and Violet were a little messy, but this, like when you see your house, you're like, the starting house is actually kind of nice.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah, so I think we'll see similar thing in the Gen 10 trailer.
Wow, they didn't just show gameplay. They showed a bunch of old Pokemon, but they also showed the main character or the playable character. Yeah, that's kind of cool. That's kind of fun. I don't know.
I see a little glimpse of the map, and I remember people took those two little images of the map that we got right there above the Switch. You see here,
yeah,
and then it gets cut, and then like you kind of see it from below, and people were stitching it together, and that was
all right. I'm gonna write this down.
Figured out that the region was Spain, and that's also something I'm expecting is that with Sword and Shield, they did straight up in the reveal trailer. They said, this is the Galar region. Here's the region map. And obviously you can look at the Galar region map and go, okay, well, that's very clearly the United Kingdom, But then I think like this trailer, I'm expecting it to be more like this, where we're going to have to kind of take context clues from throughout the trailer to try to piece together exactly where it is,
Yeah.
I'm really hoping that they show the map. Like, they should.
I agree. I got sick of it. Was all the way until August that I was having to call Paldea Poke Spain in my videos.
Yeah.
But look around this room, man. The amount of hints, and this is something I hope that we get for the Gen 10 trailer too, is why I'm pointing it out. But the amount of hints that like they mean nothing at the time, but in hindsight, you see like there's a sandwich because sandwiches. There's of course the Uva Academy and the Naranja Academy logos. You see a map of the Blueberry Academy right there in the bottom left. That's the freaking DLC. You know
where?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Left of them, you're on the right place. Right there, that's the Blueberry Academy. Below in that frame, you're on.
Oh my god, it is!
Yeah,
bro.
Dude, I've never noticed that. You're right.
Yeah,
they were hinting at the freaking DLC in the reveal trailer.
That's crazy.
There's like a gimme gold coin at some point in here. There's the apron of the bug type gym leader is in there. And I know there's way more. I can't think of them all, but like there's a chest of coins, and that's obviously Gimme Ghoul. And I don't know. It was crazy the amount of just obvious things that were in here.
Yeah, they're
that weren't obvious, you know?
Yeah, because we didn't know about it.
And I think they showed a Terra Orb, maybe? I don't remember.
Probably.
Don't quote me on that.
Yeah, it's all coming back to me. And then this is what I remember. You know, so it goes to gameplay. It cuts back to the this poor lost soul in this hotel, and he flashes his light onto a poster, and you see this like painted. Yeah, that's crazy. You see the painting of, or the reveal of Sprigatito, Fuecoco, and Quaxley. Man, that's kind of nostalgic. That's crazy.
Images.
It is because it hit so hard.
Images of new starters. Yeah,
I loved how it hit. They did this part so right. It was just like turn on the lights and there they are. Like it was really.
Well, it was also fun too because it was like, are they gonna show the starters? Are they gonna show the stars? And then it started to look like, well, that was all the gameplay footage. Guess they're not showing the. Yes, we are. You know.
Yeah. Super important, man.
So
it's like Dusty said at the beginning. They got to give us something that's like big. So, you know, Pokemon wise, if it's not the starters, it's the legendaries. And I just think that the legendaries would be less likely. Also, when we think of Sun and Moon, because you had referenced Sun and Moon, that was like a different time. You know what I mean? Like it was a different
10
time.
years ago.
Yeah, things are different now. Like they have this model that they've been doing. And back then, like it was a direct, even not a presents. It was just formatted differently. Like I think we had just watched the trailer of that, and they didn't show anything except for Pokemon Sun and Moon. Here's Picky Peck, kind of, and nothing else. Like that's
there
the
was
reveal.
Some concept art that didn't even make it into the game. Like you could see like a fire truck with Blastoise on it and stuff.
Exactly. That was not the real Sun and Moon reveal. I mean, it was, but you know what I mean. It's not the true. It was, but it reveal.
wasn't. I gotcha. Yeah.
This is more of like this is a reveal trailer.
Let's see if I can
hopefully
find it right here. Yeah.
At least that's what they've been doing. So, yeah. So I would expect.
Yeah. So the Sun and Moon trailer was pretty cool because it was this compilation or this montage of a bunch of like, honestly, gameplay. It was a mixture of like gameplay from over the different generations. This is like, dude, this is crazy. 10 years ago, Red, Blue, and Yellow, like Gens 1, 2, and 3 were as tangible and relevant as any other Pokemon game because there was only 6 generations. And it's crazy because nowadays I feel like Gens 1, 2, and 3 are forgotten media. They are just lost to time. That's how it feels. Like I don't know. Like again, I think about like new players. They're not playing those old games, you know? So I wonder what if we get some sort of montage like this, what that could look like. And I mean, for it.
They still gotta show off these, you know what I mean? Because like,
I mean,
you gotta show where you came from. You gotta show your roots
for sure. Since we're doing predictions, I mean, this is not in the Gen 10 predictions. I mean, maybe they tie them together, but I do think that there will be a huge 30th anniversary montage video, whatever, of everything that's happened. Like this is going to be a celebration. They
did it for the 25th anniversary too. I'm pretty sure they did a montage, and there wasn't like a new gen releasing that year. It was just BDSP and Legends Arceus, but I'm pretty sure they still did like a montage.
I think they even did a montage they do them probably every year for something. Like I think in maybe 2-3 years ago, there was one for capturing every Pokemon.
We kind of had one with Champions last year.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Yeah. I agree. They do them pretty frequently. It's just this montage was tied into the announcement of Sun and Moon. So like towards the end of this trailer, you see all the years, and this is so hype. You see all the legendaries. It gets quicker. The cuts are faster. You see all the different generations, all the different logos, And then it goes coming 2016.
Well, I love that you could feel it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
when he goes 1996, 1999, it feels like a countdown. Like when someone's about to blast off a rocket, you know, and they're going 5, 4. It was like the equivalent of that. I mean, I was hyped over this. I remember this
So
probably even more than I remember. I remember the Scarlet and Violet one really well, but I remember this one even better than I remember the Sword and Shield one. Like this was huge. I do hope, you know, obviously that they reveal more than this gave us about Sun and Moon, but I hope it's as hype as this one was.
All it showed us in this trailer is the Sun and Moon logo. I mean, there were Easter eggs and such, but that's pretty much it.
But
this is like the bare minimum of what we could get. But the thing is, like I said, this is a different time. It's like a timepiece at this point. Whereas the past few generations, we've gotten, as Dusty is now showing the Sword and Shield one, we got Sword and Shields is the one I want. Okay, yeah. I know we looked at Scarlet and Violet's, but Sword and Shield's reveal is the one that I want the most.
Dude,
pretty much confirmation
shows
of
the
gyms,
location,
you know.
Yeah, confirmation of gyms. It's cinematic. It definitely shows the place.
They did so much with this. I don't know when the last time you guys watched this was, but they do like a whole explainer video after, and they're like,
yeah,
it's like Omori, and like they talk because this was before Dexit. So when Dexit happened, they were like, okay, we're not talking to the fans anymore. But like literally, this was before, and so they show the region, they show battles, like. This is everything that I want to see on Pokemon Day. They show the later on. They go, this is the Galar region. Here's the map. You know, here's the start. They like end with the starters. It's still like
you're battling in a stadium. They like showed you battling in the stadium. That was so hype. They teased the gimmick there with the hill.
Yeah, if you're watching this is like they're showing everything, and it's kind of epic.
You know it. I know it. Being a Pokemon fan right now is kind of brutal, right? You can't find anything. Prices are wild. And that's why I'm really excited to announce that Hidden Power has partnered with Awesome CCG. This is my real-life local card shop right here in New England. Awesome CCG has the largest selection of Pokemon TCG. When other places are dry, they've got product in store, but also on their website. And listen, you're gonna love these people. When I was at the shop earlier today, they could not resist bringing up how high I put Surskit on our Generation 3 tier list. If you're chasing Charizard right now, Phantasmal Flames is a great expansion. And I'm also really excited to get Ascended Heroes and Perfect Order. And these are going to be big sets. They're going to be in high demand. Awesome CCG has so many English Pokemon cards available. They got everything, all the new stuff. But personally, I like to get the Japanese packs. This means I don't need to wait. I can get the same exact beautiful artwork, but before all of my friends see them online. And usually they're a little bit cheaper. You can check out everything that they have on their website. They'll have all the new English sets. It's gonna be so cool to actually get like physical Pokemon cards of the new Generation 10 starters when those come out. Right now, Hidden Power listeners can get 5% off any regular priced merchandise by using the link in the description or the pinned comment. And they don't just have Pokemon cards. They've got board games, role-playing games, plushies, Funko Pops, other TCGs like Lorcana, One Piece, and even Magic the Gathering. If you've been burned by empty shelves, this is the move. Don't forget 5% off for Hidden Power listeners. Link is in the description and the pinned comment. Thank you to Awesome CCG for sponsoring. And now back to the video.
And then what's crazy about it is the second trailer was like the even better trailer. You know what I mean? Like that was the Here Comes a Brand New World trailer. This is the little part at the end where they show the starters, like animated starters. So the reason why this is perfect, I'm sorry I'm going on a tangent, but like
no, I love this.
This is
I'm
perfect.
with you.
I love this.
The reason why this is perfect is because they show them animated, and then later on they bring them back and they're like, here's their 2D art, like here's their artwork.
Don't say
and they
3D
explain
art.
about
Don't
them.
curse us like
No,
that,
not
so.
3D.
Yeah.
Not 3D.
No, you're right. They introduced the starter Pokemon as characters in this little movie, and we're also able to see like things that they do and their effects that they have on the in the world that they're in. They're not just these static poses, right? Grookey's doing something. He's drumming.
Yeah.
Cinderace, his feet are so hot, he's like killing the grass. Sobble is invisible. Like, it is really cool. I feel like these starters are so great. They give him a proper introduction. Yeah. So what you watched must have been like an extension,
right? If you had watched the like actual Pokemon Presents, like after this they go into it. You know what I mean? This is just the trailer for Sword and Shield, and then later on they're like, no more. I mean, you can look it up and have it in the background or whatever, but they just talk. and they show us things like the map. It's like, all right, let's friggin' go. Like, look at, they show them in battle. This is it, right? I'm pretty sure.
No, this is the Here Comes a Brand New World trailer.
Which was
No, you're right. You're right.
But
yeah, so this is the second one.
Okay, so no, this is good. You guys are getting me really hyped.
Right?
I think wow, I think Sword and Shield. I think that trailer is definitely what I'm expecting to see the most. Oh man, I mean, this is crazy.
Want to see the most. I don't.
What do you mean? You don't want to see what we got from Sword and Shield?
To see it the most. I don't know if I'm expecting to see it. I don't want to I don't want to hype myself up too much. This is what I want, but
I'm expecting.
I'm expecting Scarlet, to be honest, and Violet level.
No, because you know why? Scarlet and Violet, as we've learned, was scarred by a lot of things. They were, like even looking at that reveal trailer, you know what that told me? They didn't even have a proper, the game wasn't done.
It was empty. There were no trainers in Mesa Goza, no characters in Mesa Goza.
I think what happened is they said, we don't have that much, but we have to show it off. We're still going to put it out, but it's not ready to show. We'll show some biomes, some static things, and we'll show 2D art of the starters because we can show that much. And then also, how do we make this longer than a minute and a half? Let's have a guy looking in an alleyway, or looking in a lost building for a minute and a half.
Well, I also think it was Detective
we have a 4-minute
Pikachu
trailer
bait.
now.
I think it was bait too because
no, I don't think so. I don't think so.
I really think it was.
I don't think
you
so.
also have to remember we were coming off the heels of Legends Arceus had released less than a month before, and so I think everyone was. I think there was already whispers, so I think people kind of plugged in like us were expecting Gen 9, but there were a lot of people that were not expecting a Gen 9 announcement because we just got a Pokemon game.
Legends Arceus said just happened
literally less than a month before. So, I remember it being this big fake out. If you go back and watch everyone's reactions, when you see the security guard, everyone goes, it's Detective Pikachu 2, it's Detective. And then eventually you see the Game Freak logo, and people are like, they didn't make Detective Pikachu.
Yeah. So that was the effect. I literally thought the same thing when I was watching the trailer. I also thought it was Detective Pikachu, but I don't think that's in Game Freak's intention. Why would you really the point of revealing something is so people know what the product is that you're selling. The point of putting something out isn't to tease people and confuse them about what you're selling. If they wanted to make it look like Detective Pikachu, that's a bad move.
To be clear, I don't think they were trying to make it look like Detective Pikachu, but I think they intentionally made a trailer where it was not obvious that this is about to be a Gen 10 reveal, or a Gen 9 reveal. I think it was intentionally supposed to make you go,
see that.
What is this? And not immediately go, oh, okay, well, this is going to be the Gen 9 reveal.
Yeah, I see that. So what I think is that the Sword and Shield's looking pretty good. Pokemon has had 4 years to develop this Generation 10 game. Well, when it comes out, it will have been 4 years since Scarlet and Violet. And as we've learned, Scarlet and Violet has had a lot of issues. It never ended up looking that good. It had a lot of issues because of the pandemic. I think they were also had a lot of growing pains. They were strained. Scarlet and Violet never looked good, and I think they were trying to hide that. I think Sword and Shield, no matter what you want to say about it, it still has art direction and polish. What they wanted to achieve is delivered in this product. You don't need to say it's amazing, it's the prettiest thing that exists as a video game. But
it is pretty nice though.
But this is pretty good. I would love a Pokemon game to look like this again, which is hilarious to say. And so I am expecting a game like this. I think the world of Generation 10 is going to be fleshed out. I think, yes, the game still has a year, to come out, right? If it comes out at the end of the year, it's not done yet. But I think they're going to have all the different biomes. I think they're going to have the Pokemon. I think they're going to have the starters. And I think they're going to be able to have the resources to invest in a trailer to regain public trust and interest. Pokemon has, I got to remind everyone, the last 40 years, this is the dark ages of Pokemon. Not because there's not content, but because there's so much lack. There's so much loss of public trust. Legends EA came out, and that game, for so many reasons, is amazing. There are some issues with it, but the internet will have you think it's the worst Pokemon game that has ever existed, which I think is ridiculous. And Scarlet and Violet, it looks horrible. People have fun with it. I had fun with it. It looks horrible. It plays horribly. BDSP, same thing. Outsourced. It's glitchy. It sucks. Pokemon has got some issues, and I think they need to come out swinging. I think they need to come out, put out a trailer, a reveal trailer for Generation 10 that's going to get the fans pumped, right? For the 30th year anniversary, they got to come out swinging. That's what I think.
Yeah, I mean, I hope.
What do y'all think the odds are that we see anything like outside the starters, like in terms of Pokemon? Like, I don't think, to be clear, I don't think that we'll get an official reveal of like another Pokemon, but you know, if maybe you see one in one of the shots of the land, you know, kind of like in later trailers with other game, there are things like that. Like I remember people spotting Knockley on the map of a Scarlet and Violet trailer, and I remember with Sword and Shield there were things like in the stadium, if you could zoom and enhance, you could see Squavit sitting with, and that was a thing from this trailer, was like people were like, there's a Pokemon there, and
it was in this trailer.
Yeah, because there's the trailer shot the stadium shot, I mean, at the like towards the end of the trailer, and people were able to like, because you know Pokemon fans, they're zooming in, they're
we're zooming
detail,
and we're enhancing. You said Squavit was in it.
Zooming and
he's in the audience with like
yes. You know what it was? Okay, so in the stadium,
Bolton logo too.
Yes, there's different logos, which kind of like and we actually saw the same thing with Scarlet and Violet, where like I don't know if it was the reveal trailer, but there were certain logos and outfits and designs. There were graphic designs on like NPC shirts and hats that would look like Pokemon to be revealed, like regional Tauros, right?
Sun and Moon as well. Toucannon was on a t-shirt.
Yes, dude. Yes, I should pull that back up.
And I think maybe even a Alolan Executor. Don't quote me on that one though. But yeah,
no, because I want to pull up the Sun and Moon trailer one more time, because at the end, I do think it's pretty cool what they show. Not only do they show the montage, they get you hyped, they announce the game, but then they're showing where is it? Then they're showing concept art, which I think is so much fun. And I'll bring something up. I'll bring up another example here in a second, but like, we see we see the directors, you know, working on the game. We're also seeing right here concept sheets that are printed out, that are on a whiteboard. And this isn't like, listen, we're fans. Like, what does this mean? I don't know. Maybe a lot of nothing, maybe, but it is cool. It is cool to see, like, you know, like the behind the scenes, you know, I actually love this. Like, to me, I don't know. I love this. I've been working on developing some really cool things for this year, like some really cool projects that like require other people's inputs, that require artists, that require planning. And there's so many ideas that I have for like my Pokemon Legends Galar series. And there's so many things that I have planned. And I'm like, I don't think half of these ideas are going to actually make it into a concept trailer. I just don't think they were gonna, but it's all backstory. And so I think this stuff is really cool, because you like it right here. What is this? What does that make you guys think about? Because I remember when this came out and we saw it's a Machamp and a Blastoise on the back of a pickup truck with two characters in the front, and they're next to a Blastoise is on a fire truck, right? Like, that's cool. Like, we never see like cars.
You can see a
Pokemon.
Wingull next to a sailboat. So
it's like, what does this mean? Are we going to be able to, like, I don't know, they're showcasing traversal. Are these
Can we
things
drive a car?
Is this GTA?
Right? I thought this was really big. They also did a similar thing, wasn't a new gen, but they did a similar thing for the reveal trailers for Isle of Armor and Crown Tundra, where it was a lot of concept art and a lot of like showing Game Freak's office, like to confirm that more Pokemon would be returning. They had like a monitor showing the Pokemon or whatever, and that was really big too. I love when they do that kind of stuff. It gives because they're still picking and choosing what's in the shot, right? But it makes us think that maybe if we pause the screen here, we might be able to look and find a little detail about this game, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what it's all about.
Let's see if I can find this here.
It's so fun to do it.
The legend continues. Right here.
And you see, like, I feel like I'm behind the scenes.
Yeah, I love when they show those things. The what is it? Concept art.
It starts off with concept art. Like when it flashes over, see, like this is all concept art of Isle of Armor.
So sick. And then you see that is so crazy to see the mashup of all these different, like, and this is digital. It's like digitally created, but like, you know, that's so cool.
It's made to look like you're in the office. It wasn't done this
Sorry,
way.
I'm just staring at these images.
No, it's amazing.
Audio listeners.
It wasn't done this way. Like where
they
it's
did
like kind
announce
of a
a new
behind the
Pokemon,
scenes
too.
look. Yeah, of course they did for Isle of Arm and Crown Tundra because that's a little different. It's DLC. But I also thought that in a way, it felt like a new gen at the time. I thought their reveal for Legends Arceus was also pretty solid.
Bro.
And again, I know it's a little hard to compare that because that's not a new gen, but that would also be a nice reveal style.
I don't even think it's that crazy. I don't know if it's that crazy because it is. Because I'll say something after.
I think they did an explainer after this too, maybe. If they didn't, they definitely, during the trailer, they're talking about what you're seeing. Like they're like long ago, before people in Pokemon or whatever.
But it's a reveal trailer. What are they doing? They're trying to like set the stage, and I think we could see something like this. Again, this is a big. I think what I'm trying to stress is like,
it's a big deal. Yeah. I get it. Yeah.
And whatever they announce, I'm not saying they're just gonna like pick and choose and do exactly what they've done in the past. But I think again, like whatever the main focus, and listen, there are leaks out there that kind of explain in detail a lot of the, Game Freak's ideas and concepts initially, at least from a couple of years ago, of what the Generation 10 game is going to be about, what the setting is going to be, etc. We're not going to go into that today, but I do think, I guess what I'm trying to say is like whatever Game Freak has settled on for what the main focus is going to be, the themes of this Generation 10 game are going to be, like they want to showcase that. And I'm convinced myself, like they do need to regain like public trust, and I think part of that is getting us hyped, and so they can be experimental. There's a million ways to reveal a game. The way they did Legends Arceus is really cool, but if we got something like this, even for Gen 10, that would still work. You could still reveal the starters the same way in game, halfway through the trailer, right? And then tell their story, and then kind of say, like, you're right, Lumi. You're 100% right. They really could do something like this.
Yeah, I thought this
I
was
would be happy.
Really good reveal trailer.
Because the biomes, I mean, again, like it's a Gen 10. I'm expecting a big region. I want to see a lot of different biomes. I want to see a big open world, right? Scarlet and Violet wasn't good enough. I want a big open world Pokemon game. And to showcase these environments would be a great way to do that.
And like this game and like with Sword and Shield's reveal trailer, I don't think that Scarlet and Violet did as good of a job with it with their reveal trailer. But they kind of showed the diversity of the region. You know what I mean? Like you're seeing grasslands here. There was another shot where it showed Piplup on a beach. And so it just showed how exactly that, how diverse the region was. Sword and Shield showed you that like old mine. It showed you a snowy area. It showed you an area by the lake. So it also did a really good job at just kind of making you see, oh, this region has a lot to offer.
But even like capturing,
just here's grass, here's more, here's some grass,
I think it's really cool. I mean, Legends Arceus, the big point of Legends Arceus was like that this was a new type of gameplay. So I think they were harping on, when they introduced this game, they're harping on the different gameplay. Because like, what I try to think about is like, what are the headlines after this reveal trailer? Is it Pokemon has another game and it looks the same, or is it like, what is the positioning? Are they like, Pokemon has a new game and this open world looks really diverse and there's all these different, and like there's this new thing, and wow, we've never seen this before. Like it visually looks like, is it going to be another European game? Is it going to be, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like they need, whatever the reveal trailer is, they need to like put in our minds, like, oh dude, this is crazy. At the end of the Arceus trailer, they show not gameplay, but they show Arceus, and that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
It's like whatever they show us, they need to like, they're going to show us what they want us to think about the game, right?
Right, of course.
And we don't know what that is. We don't know what that is.
We don't.
This is getting me pumped though. This is really getting me pumped.
Yeah, no, it's hype. That's the whole point. I love it.
Lumi, so what do you think? Should we so maybe final predictions for what we're going to see specifically in Gen 10, and then we can move on to Champions. We got a bunch of other
with final thoughts. Sure.
Yeah, we got a bunch of other predictions.
I think my final thoughts on what I think they'll show for Gen 10 is, I do think it'll be kind of similar to the Scarlet and Violet one, where they'll show gameplay footage. They'll show they will show the starters. I think I'd almost promise it, and I I think there might be some stuff in game. Some of those, like Dusty, you were kind of alluding to some themes and stuff that they're going for in game. You know, again, I don't want this to be like a leaks episode, but there's specific details they have about like some stuff they want from like Pokemon to be in the wild and stuff. And I think they might show off that.
Yeah.
Kind of showing off how elevated wild Pokemon are. You know what I mean? Like, you're not just going to walk onto a route and there's like a Machop just standing there. You know? No, like in the wild they're going to show maybe Machop pulling, I don't think it'll be this detailed, but like Machop walking, pulling a berry off of a tree and eating it or something like that. Like, I think they'll show, hey, look, we've gone a step further. Pokemon are starting to like interact with the world around you and feel a little more alive.
Ooh, that's good. That's
cool.
Actually good.
That's cool. Yeah, that's good.
I do wonder if we're doing like we're doing more so predictions than what we desire, right? Because like what I want is so different from what I expect.
Right.
Tell us what you desire. I think that's
tell us what you desire. But I am curious what you think.
No one's. I mean, I think predictions are fun, but half of it is what could happen. So tell us what you want. Yeah,
I mean, what I want, like I said, is mostly the Sword and Shield reveal trailer, I would say, because they even show in that the like how the battles will look. I really hope that they show us how the battles will look right off the bat, because to be like, this is what ZA looked like, and this is what Gen 10 is going to be like. Like, just give us like just a little
that's a good point.
That's
clip of it, just a little tiny thing of like, this is the difference, okay? And then obviously, I mean, that's more like what I want. I want to see like new Pokemon. Obviously, the starters is good enough. I would love to see one little extra guy like hidden in there somewhere, not an official reveal. Then going into like more of what I expect to happen, I do expect like like what we're seeing on screen right now, like an aerial view of the region and like what the general graphics like kind of look like.
Yeah.
And like you said, Dusty, the idea that they want to like translate over to us, you know, like what is this game really about? They'll show it in this like montage of images.
This is crazy. Just to jump in here, but like so this Sword and Shield trailer, I guess I kind of forgot, but the way they were positioning this game was, this is the first Pokemon game on console.
Oh yeah,
you know,
100%. When
I kind of take that for granted now, to be honest with you.
Yeah. When I just thought about it while I was watching it while you guys were talking. Like when the trainer goes over to the water next to the professor's lab, I remember like it was yesterday, people freaking out about how good the water looked. Because before this, all we had was Sun and Moon in like Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, I guess, but the water here was like a whole different thing. People were like, you know, look at that water. I remember it. It's crazy, but
then the
true.
next trailer, they gave us the tree.
Yeah, the next trailer was the tree. You're right. Dude, so, but anyway, just I'm just expecting like, here's the region, kind of like not telling us officially what it is or anything. Like, I don't think that we'd get a map, but I really wish that we'd get a map reveal. And even, I mean, I would even go as far as a region name, but I could see them holding off on that. And then, the starters will be at the end or so, and you know, the reveal of the stars is huge. I think that's enough to get us by for like months, just the starters. I don't think that they'll be the legendaries. I think they'll save that for later on.
When did they I thought they announced the legendaries with the reveal trailer for Scarlet and Violet, but I guess they didn't.
Never announced the legendaries with the reveal trailer, except I think X and Y was the one time they maybe did it, and even then I think it was a tease and they didn't actually say their names. That wasn't even on Pokemon Day. That was like a random day in January too.
Yeah, that was crazy, dude. That was insane.
Like we were saying, like this whole thing has changed and evolved over time. Like it was not like you said about X and Y. Like there's just some random day in January. Pokemon Day as a whole has evolved and changed over time. Like it is not what it used to be. And Pokemon as a business and company has changed and evolved over time as well. So it's just like, this is an event now, and so this is the event where they're going to show the biggest things, and everyone's waiting and watching for it, so they know. So I think that we will get stuff like that. We could even get legendaries because it's that big, but I think people actually like starters more. So I think it's just classic.
I think you have to. Those are the ones you're going to be playing throughout the entire game. You know, like even the legendaries, sure, they're going to be on the box, but you're probably not. I mean, well, right on. I guess you did get at the beginning of the game in a way.
Yeah, I think the starters are, so my list, the starters are absolutely mandatory because I think it fuels conversation. It kind of also gives you, especially recently, like a lot, like all of the Paldean starters, phonetically, like when you say their names, it sounds like you're speaking Spanish.
Yeah.
You're not, but it sounds like it. Sprigatito, right? Like, yeah, I think the starters are mandatory because we're going to be speculating on what they evolve into, right?
Right.
What their roles are going to be. Also, and like the whole point about Pokemon, not the magic, but I guess the psychological trick of Pokemon games being delivered in 2 versions is that before you even make a choice before you even consider whether you're going to buy it or not, you're already considering which one you like better, which is going to push you in the direction of buying the game. And I think the starter Pokemon are the same way. Whether you care about the starters or not, if you see 3 starters in your mind, subconsciously, you're going to gravitate towards one of them. And then that's going to just sit in your brain for the whole year until you finally kind of like one of them. And you're like, you know what? I'm excited to buy it. I'm excited to get that in the game. You know, I'm excited to like, actually, I'll get it. I've been thinking about it for 8 months. So the starters are absolutely mandatory. I do think, dude, I haven't watched this trailer in so long, but the Sword and Shield trailer has got me so hyped. I think the beauty, just showcasing the world is really doing it for me. I would love to see gameplay of the world, showing the biome diversity and the player character. And that is something that we've seen in the Gen 8 and the Gen 9 revealed trailers. So both of those are also a lock for me.
I think the player character's there no matter what, for sure. For me. Anyway, but
I mean, it wasn't in Sun and Moon, but I'm with you. And then I guess the logo. Those are like the only things we can really,
of course,
100% bank on. I think
we might get that before Pokemon Day.
You think?
I mean, I don't think we will, but like I'm saying, it might leak like from a trademark. That happened with Sun and Moon.
Sure, that's a good point. And then I think my other little like the thing I would like is probably concept art. Concept art. Soul, you make a really good point about the battle system. I didn't think about that, but 100%. If they're trying to position this, well, it could go one of 2 ways. If they're trying to position this Generation 10 game against Legends ZA, then they could show the turn-based combat or whatever new system they have. But if there's a chance that they actually don't want to show the battle system at all because it might distract or either make Pokemon Champions look better or worse. And I don't think they want that comparison. Right? If Pokemon Champions is supposed to be like, again, maybe Pokemon Champions is what they position against ZA, right? And they say like, so I don't know. Maybe this is a good time to talk about Pokemon Champions.
Yeah, that's a good segue to it. I mean, surely we got to get a release date for it, right? Like, there's no way we don't, right? Please.
No, I don't know about that.
Like, when is it supposed to come out? Okay, I kind of think Pokemon Champions is going to be, because let's remember, this is an application. This is a phone app in the same way that it's also an app on your Switch. I think Pokemon Champions. Oh,
you're saying this? Sorry, I thought you were talking about Gen 10, like the date for Gen 10.
Champions.
Pokemon Champions. I know we like segued into it pretty quickly.
I knew we were segueing, but I didn't think we were segueing like that fast.
Yeah, no.
I think Pokemon Champions is going to get the Pokemon TCG Pocket treatment. I believe. Wait, did TCG Pocket drop on Pokemon Day or did it
dropped in October. It was like October 30th.
When was it announced?
It was announced on Pokemon Day, though.
On Pokemon Day.
Oh, it was.
Sure.
Okay.
This was announced on Pokemon Day, but Pokemon Day last year.
You're right.
Yeah, that was the gap year, wasn't it?
Wow, dude, it's been a long time.
No, it was announced last year, so it wasn't a gap year. It was the year of Legends EA. But I'm talking about
Pokemon Pocket though. TCG
Pokemon Pocket. That was the gap year. Yeah.
It was the Legends EA and that announcement. It's 2024.
Okay. So what I'm thinking is that this gets dropped on Pokemon Day. I think.
You think a shadow drop?
I think this is shadow dropped, or it's not a shadow because they're gonna. But yeah, it's gonna be dropped same day. They're gonna say. They're going to introduce all these cool. They're going to say Scarlet and Violet's got this thing going on. ZA's got this thing going on. Generation 10's coming out. Also, Pokemon ports are happening. Like, so you can play all your old games. And then they're going to say, and guess what? Pokemon Champions is actually out right now.
So excited for Pokemon Day. But you know what? I am also excited to be enjoying Pokemon Day with all you lovely people who support the show. I hope that you'll be joining us when we are inevitably live streaming Pokemon Day. And I want to take a moment to thank those of you who are going beyond.
That's going to be fun.
Oh, that's going to be so much fun. That's going to be hype as heck. But I want to take a moment to thank those of you who are going beyond even that and are actually even financially investing in the show. Specifically, I want to shout out our mythical tier members: Ryan, Cornet Highlander, Tyler Low 15, Case, Duke Norton, Nicholas Taylor, SEH Art Gold, Nathan Shorter, Louis Gervais, Jen Renegade, Chief Keith, Ball Guy, Father Dagda, Slowbroke Fan 24, Steven 3338, and Scudio and the Pokekiddo 1. I want to give a special shout out to our Arceus tier supporter Red, and I want to give a shout out that's as huge as Pokemon Day will be to our Game Freak Inc. level supporters. Bramtastic, Young Smokey, and Young Smokey. Said it twice because he's a member twice on YouTube and Patreon. Thank you all so much.
Appreciate you guys from the bottom of our heart. This show is completely independent, except for you guys. You guys are the ones that fund us. You guys are the ones that make this show possible. And it allows us to talk about really whatever the heck we want to talk about, which is pretty awesome. A pretty good situation to be in, where we can just, we're not, I guess, what's the way to say it? We're not susceptible to the fluctuation in ad revenue on YouTube and other social media platforms. It's kind of, that's the sentiment I'm trying to express. You guys make it possible, for just at the lowest tier, legendary right here, $5 a month. You get access to one bonus podcast every single week. Right now we're doing a retrospective series going through all of the generations from generations 1 all the way up to we're going to be up to Pokemon Day. I guess we're not going to talk about Generation 10. Actually, we could. I guess it wouldn't be a retrospective, but we could on that last day talk about.
Just like freaking out.
Yeah, we're like, or on Pokemon Day, we do like a retrospective, like on the Gen 10. We talk about like we go in depth with it or something.
I guess it wouldn't be a retrospective, but it would be a retrospective. That'll be fun.
3 minutes ago retrospective.
So we've been doing that over on Patreon as well as on YouTube. All the perks are the same, no matter what platform, and you can get every single one of these podcasts. When you just at that legendary tier, you also, this is our other big tier, you get access to our secret Discord. All of our community members are in that Discord. That is where all the magic happens. We have our conversations on here. Maybe you're listening on Spotify, maybe you're on YouTube. But after the show, after the comments, we take the conversation to Discord, and that's where everyone is. We're also doing a live call-in show. The most recent one has already passed, but we've got another one on the way. And in that Discord, you can actually, if you're in our Patreon or if you're on our YouTube channel membership community, you can literally call in and be on the next Hidden Power podcast. There's so many perks here. And if you want your name read on the show as a producer, mythical tier or higher, and we'll give you a nice shout out because we appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching.
So much.
Back to the show. Download it and get in all these games that you're playing. Bring them into Champions. Play them into Champions. If that, like, to me, that's what Champions is all about. It's taking all these separate experiences. Yes, you can bring them into home, but you can't do anything with them in home. This is the thing that allows you to use all those Pokemon in an actual way outside of the game that you captured them in. So I think Champions is going to get announced on Pokemon or released
on Pokemon Day.
Yeah, it'll be
actually
available
released?
for download.
Released.
Okay, interesting.
I think that's plausible, honestly.
From the competitive side, what would you say? Like so, what is the insight? What are the competitive people saying? Like, I know they're hungry.
The only thing we really know about Champions, you can kind of glean, not when it'll release, but when it won't release, by some things they've given us with competitive. Specifically, they have told us that Pokemon Scarlet and Violet will be the platform for VGC through March, which means that there is not a shot that Champions would release like we've known this since like November, so we kind of knew, Champions probably isn't releasing January, because there's no way that it would release January and then we don't play on it for VGC until April 1st. What? That's such a long time. And technically we don't know that we'll begin on it April 1st. We just know Scarlet and Violet lasts through March 31st, and it could go further. Like they could, February 1st or March 1st say, Scarlet and Violet's lasting till May 1st now, whatever. But typically the way we see it with Pokemon games is they do not switch over to a new game or to a new rule set until the next month. So like, for example, with Teal Mask released September, I think 14th of 2022, 2024, whatever it was. They didn't start using the Teal Mask mons like Ogerpon and all the returning mons like the Sinnoh starters in September. No, they waited until October. So if Champions drops on Pokemon Day, that's the very end of February. So it kind of in a way is really March. You know what I mean? Like we're right there in March.
It is.
That's true, dude. That's totally true.
Yeah,
Pokemon Day would give it time to be
March.
that April 1st release date.
Yeah.
So I think that's very plausible. If nothing else, I do think that they would go Champions is dropping maybe mid-March. They don't want to do it too early because then like, well, maybe they do. You have Pokopia dropping March 5th, and I think that's something that should kind of be considered when asking yourself, where they're putting things.
I think another idea on this, like I think just a reality of Pokemon Champions, is that this is not a mainline game, right? I think when this was announced, I think there was a lot of excitement in the community about finally having a battle simulator. But I guess I hope people recognize by now that this is, yes, a battle simulator, but this is not for public. This is not mass appeal. I think it's very exciting for a lot of people, and people will dabble with it. But I think this is a side game the way Pokemon Unite is a side game, the same way Pokemon Masters, right? Yes, it is Game Freak.
I wouldn't put it that low, but sure.
I think it is. I really think it is. And you say it's low, but it's not low. Like a lot of people play Unite, but it's not. This is not.
Yeah, I was more so responding to the Masters comment.
Oh, is Masters? I guess I assumed. I think people. I don't know. I don't know if people use Masters, but people play Unite. All I'm saying is like this is a side game. This is a mobile game. Is how we should be looking at this.
I still push back. I don't want to get too much into it, but I do think that it's important to Game Freak. And I actually think that
that's true.
Yes, it is a spin-off game in a sense, but I do think just to dabble a tiny bit into the leak stuff, the things that Game Freak had on their planned documents and docket was, it was Champions was part of that, just like Home was part of that though too. And Pokopia was part of that. So it's not like those are not important things to them.
They didn't have Go on there. They didn't have TCG Pocket. They didn't have Unite.
Yeah, but they don't. Right. But Game Freak doesn't develop those. Those are on the timeline because they have to do the work.
Game Freak doesn't develop Pokemon Home.
Yeah, it's just that
Pokemon Home was on that timeline.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So and along with all the other games, the mainline games, I will like concede that this is not technically a mainline game, but it is in a sense it is because this is the mainline gameplay. And if this gameplay is not in like Generation 10 and in future mainline games, it's like this is it. This is your hub for battling. So it is it's like Home. It's like this is your hub for battling, your hub for keeping your Pokemon. It's like Home, except you can actually play it. Like you don't do anything in Home. So it's like, this is a game.
And my point with this was just to say that like I think they don't want to put this game out later in the year or any closer to Gen 10. This is something that is going to be living over the next 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that.
Put it out when there are things to be excited. If they put this out now, it's like, okay, who cares?
They also promised us that Worlds this year would be on this platform. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, it's going to be a completely different circuit that's being done on this. It's going to be Mega Evolution. Yeah. We're not using Mega Evolutions right now in Scarlet and Violet. They don't exist on there.
No, totally. But this is my point. This is my point. Like, how many people are playing at Worlds? 10,000 people? That's not 20 million.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just trying to.
It's not a prime. Like this isn't. It's a. Yes, Game Freak cares about it. Yes, I'm excited it exists. But this is not. All I'm saying is it needs to drop so other things can shine throughout the year.
Yeah, I'm adding to that point. I'm saying
okay.
I agree with you that it needs to release earlier in the year, because not only of what you're saying that they probably don't want it coming out right around Gen 10, but also because you have to give your players, you can't have the first VGC tournament with this new playstyle Beat Worlds. You can't do that.
Yeah.
So it has to be out. We have to, no, it doesn't have to be out. We have to be on this platform.
Sure.
Sometime before August, because Worlds is in August. You need some time that you're doing this brand new circuit, brand new game, all of that. You're not starting on it at Worlds. So it's a question of like, how far out do they want to do at Worlds? Because so far, like I said, it's possible it's April. We know it won't be March. It's possible it's April. That still only gives you April, May, June, July, and August. And there's really not many tournaments in June and July. So, how far out do they want to put this from that too?
Yeah, I would just push back in like saying that I just think it's important. I think it's important in general. I do think that they care about it. I agree with you, Dusty, on like that they would want it. I agree for the kind of the opposite reason. Is like I think they want it to be out so that it doesn't conflict with Gen 10 at all. Because it's like Gen 10's like hype. Yeah, they need to get it out so that people will actually care about it. But I do think that more people care about this than the games that you mentioned, even Unite. I think more people play this, and more people not even play it, but observe and enjoy and all of that. I do think that there's a bigger group, but
if you're not playing, I mean, again, we're getting nitty gritty. This is a continuation of a conversation from last year.
Yeah, but what I'm having for 9 months,
like you're saying, like people care about it and observe it, but they don't necessarily play it. And that's my point. Like, I don't know how many people are going to play it. Follow, like, I followed the anime growing up. I would check Cerebi.net to see what new Pokemon Ash got every couple months. I didn't want, like, I did. Well, that's not. This is maybe a bad.
But example. Do you do that with Masters? You know what I mean? Like, or even Unite. Like, Unite never.
No,
like,
and I probably but I hear you.
There's a lot more going on with this than just that, and I think it's not to like.
But people care about it because it's game free.
Yeah.
Well, we also don't know.
Not because people like battling.
So little about this game too that it's hard to say that too. Because for all we know, they might on Pokemon Day announce it has a story mode where there will be these different facilities that are basically
sick.
Like gyms. And then it's going to attract a little more attention. They might say, "Hey, there's going to be a spectator mode, so you don't have to battle on here. You can go on here and like watch people's battles in the Battle Stadium." Like, I'm not saying I necessarily think those things will happen, but I'm just saying it's hard to gauge how much of an interest there'll be in this when we know so little about it, which I want to be clear is 100% Game Freak's fault. We know nothing about this game, and that is crap.
Yeah. I also just last thing on like the date of like when it's going to be released or whatever is this is to your point again, Dusty, is that because it's not a mainline game and because it's like almost like a mobile game, it's not a big deal of when it releases or not in general. It's like they can just like kind of release it, shadow release it, and then they can update it. It's not like a game that you cannot update. This is going to be an updatable game as far as I can tell.
I hope they update the graphics.
Yes, agreed.
Let's hope.
Because Legends EA looks better than this.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Easily.
But to go into like what we'll actually see in it, like Lumi said, like we really don't have any idea. So actually, I think that is a tell that is like we should see a lot about this game on Pokemon Day. Like they should tell us more about this game on Pokemon Day, even if they're like it's not coming out for 2 more months. Like still give us a trailer that tells us what's happening in this game. Do you know what I mean?
I think I'm starting to believe that they haven't really told us that much about this game. One, because it's like you kind of want to like, bottle up the hype and excitement when you actually reveal to drop it. But also because it's a battle simulator. And it's like, I don't think you sell more of this game by getting more nerdy and in the weeds of the math of this game. It's like the people who love VGC are getting this game. The people who don't have this game, they're not going to buy it if you're like, guess what? There's a lot of invisible damage calcs going on that you don't even know about. Like that would only deter me from getting. I'd be like, this is too confusing. But so I think they haven't told us that much because it's like, this is a game where you battle people. And they even did this in the reveal of Champions. They showed us this montage of Pokemon Stadium, of Pokemon Coliseum, Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, the Generation 4 one, whatever that one's called.
Battle Revolution.
Like they showed us battle simulator Pokemon games over the years leading up to Champions.
But they did also show us Pokemon Sun and Moon, and they also showed us
Did they?
Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Yeah, they actually didn't show us XD Gale of Darkness or Coliseum. They showed Stadium 1, Stadium 2, Battle Revolution, Sun and Moon, and Scarlet and Violet.
Interesting. Let me see if I can pull that up.
Well, when you're done pulling this up, I'd want you to go back to that trailer too, because something else that I think is interesting is it's about in the middle. If you can find where he's like looking at, like I saw a Gardevoir and a Hydropper right there. You're right on it. Pause it. Go back a little so you can see. There is a world behind that Gardevoir with buildings and stuff. And I'm not saying I think we'll run around.
Oh yeah, this
but
is
I'm
great.
saying this to say I think that they have more to this plan than it's a battle simulator. They clearly have backstory to this game. They have an idea of a region or an area. They have an idea of facilities, maybe even, because again, I'm seeing some buildings back there, and one of them has like a Pokeball tower or something. So I do think that this is going to be a step above a battle simulator. I think the thing that's driving people away from that is that it's free, but you can easily have a free-to-play game with a paywall unlocking story-ish content.
I mean, this is like we've talked about it before. This is the model of a lot of games these days. This is their free-to-play like game that you do microtransactions on. Like I feel like it's
a piece of this forever.
Exactly. And so this is the way to do it. Like people play casual PvP, like player versus player. Like with Legends Arceus, a lot of people had the complaint of like, there's nothing to do after. There's no player versus player afterwards. Like we can't do anything after this game is done. Like that was a big complaint. I think they're selling multiplayer, you know. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but I agree with what you're saying, Lumi. It does seem like there's more to it than just battle sim. But
what if this region that we see is the Generation 10 region?
Dude,
could imagine.
My speculation is it's Galar. But that's based
like
in nothing but like the only connection I can make right now is the battle stadiums, and this feels Galar-esque.
Wouldn't it be sick if like the next Legends game took place in the Galar region?
That'd be so sick.
Especially because it would connect. It would connect all of this. Yeah. That's the thing that is very relevant about Champions as well. Like what you were saying, it is connected to ZA right now because people are sick and tired of playing on Scarlet and Violet, and all the megas we got and that were promised to use in battle. Like, you know, this is the place that it's going to happen. So there's definitely a hype to it, and then it would connect to like a Legends Galar game in the future.
Totally right. That'd be sick. This is kind of crazy. And we know, I guess this is pretty fun. I'm looking forward to seeing more about this. I want to see more Champions. I just think it makes sense to just drop it. I really do. Let's get to some of these other things. So, okay, we talked about Gen 10. Let me cross this off my list. We talked about Pokemon Champions. I think in connection with Pokemon Champions, Pokemon Champions has to connect to home. And again, I think the selling point of Pokemon Home is that you can bring Pokemon into it. And right now, Legends EA, you can't connect it to Pokemon Home. I think on Pokemon Day, they're also going to say, guess what? Champions is available, but also guess what? Pokemon Home can now connect to Pokemon ZA.
I think that's likely.
Yeah, then that's going to be a whole thing. So that's an easy one to cross off the list.
Yeah, I definitely think they
definitely happening.
They don't release Champions until Home and and ZA have compatibility.
You got to.
I think like they want to do
that has to come first or at the same time. Yeah. You know.
And I think the sell here is was there even a Pokemon Home trailer? I just looked that up. Let's see. Yeah, introducing Pokemon Home. Let's see
I'm sure
what this is.
This was a long time ago though.
Yeah, it really was.
Mini Moons.
This was re-uploaded 1 year ago. So I think honestly, Pokemon Home is the crux. It is everything. You know why? It's a crappy app and it sucks and it's on life support.
Amen.
But again, Pokemon Home is that promise that keeps all of these Game Freak titles together. And I think I hope, take a shot everyone, that we get Pokemon ports, some sort of classic Pokemon port finally announced. I swear to God, I'll tell you this right now. If we don't get Pokemon ports, next month, I will
Never
bring it up ever again, because it made a lot of sense over the last couple of years. I think last year I realized all signs are pointing towards Pokemon Day. Yeah, I don't know. I think I've been playing. We're not getting sponsored by the Pokemon Company at this rate. I've been playing emulations of old Pokemon games, and that is a lot of fun. But there is this, and I know there's a way to do it, but there's no seamless way to just take those Pokemon in the same way that it's satisfying with any of the other games or any of the other official means.
Mm-hmm.
There's no easy way to take those Pokemon and bring them into another game or into Pokemon Home or whatever, and to continue that adventure. Even with my actual cartridges, again, I can play them. They're fine. I'm playing Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire right now, but I look at my friend Jake, who's playing Omega Ruby on an Android emulation device, and it's in crispy, I don't know if it's a 4K, but it's like an HD, super high res polish game, and it runs faster, it runs smooth, it's bright and colorful. And I'm looking at his game and I'm so jealous, because I'm like, it's like I can play the older games, but they don't hit the same. And I feel like all I want in the whole world is these games to be easily accessible on my Switch too.
It's now or never. I feel like not literally never, but like it. I don't know if they were gonna do it. Here is when you do it. And for the record, to add to your point, last time they did it was the 20th anniversary. So
yeah,
10 years ago, we've been constantly comparing like this era to like the Sun and Moon era, like that we're about to go into. So that's
not to be like, oh yeah, but like procrastinate it, but they could do it next year too. I'm just saying.
They really could. I know
it's not impossible.
No, they could only because they've released Red, Blue, and Yellow, or Red and Blue, on Pokemon Day or on during the 20th year anniversary, and then the 21st year anniversary during that year. Then they dropped the Generation 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
So we could be seeing something similar to that.
I mean, that would be the best case scenario, where they drop some games this year.
They just slowly trickle them out
next year. Yes.
Which ones do you think would get ported? Like,
yeah, I was just about to ask the same question.
Do you think that they'd go?
I think Gens 1 to 3 need to be brought up.
I agree that, like, if I can play Fire Red and Emerald on my Switch, I'm good.
Dude, that's another thing. Like, you said this on the Patreon episode, but like, which by the way, you can get access to if you're a member. Links are in the description, Patreon or YouTube. The first tier gets you everything. Anyways, you said this, and this is what I'm starting to believe more and more over the last 5 years. I'm an old man. I'm going to be 32. And to me, Red, Blue, and Yellow, I never played Red, Blue, and Yellow, but like, Gen 2, Gen 3, mostly Gen 2 is what I'm like nostalgic for.
Sure.
I play a lot of Gen 3 as well. But what's weird to me is that you're younger than me, and your version of Kanto is Fire Red and Leaf Green. And that actually makes me start to think that we don't even get Red, Blue, or Gens 1 and 2. That instead they would just give us like the Generation 3 games. What a twist that would be.
Mm-hmm. If they gave us 3 and 4, they would give us the first 4 regions of Pokemon. Because 3 and 4 would be Hoenn and Kanto in 3, and then Johto and Sinnoh in 4. I don't know that they touched the DS games yet, though. To be honest,
I don't think that they're gonna do Sinnoh because of BDSP.
That's true.
I really don't, because they'd be like, if there's any way that they can sell that game more, like that's just gonna be the way. Because
you
it's
can get
just
it
like
on Temu for $13.
I want to push back because I think. Actually, I mean, I hear what you're saying. Like,
it's too recent is the problem. I would say like
I
a
don't
couple
think it's
more
too
years.
recent. I don't think it's too recent. I think it's been over 5 years.
Yeah.
Especially like if we're talking a year from now, like I think it's fine. And it's on a Switch, not Switch 2. It's on Switch. BDSP's on Switch.
Yeah, but it's backwards compatible. That's the thing. It's like if it wasn't, then I'd be like, okay.
I think the difference here would be, for one, that they would still be selling this game. In my opinion, there's no shot this ends up on the like Nintendo Entertainment console thing.
How are they going to do this?
I think instead they would release like a thing you buy to play these games, similar to what Mario did for one of their anniversaries. I don't remember which one, but they dropped you could buy a thing that came with Super Mario Sunshine, Super Mario 64, and Super Mario Galaxy. I think they do something like that. So they would be making money off of this. And then another thing is, I wonder if then maybe they don't do Diamond and Pearl and they do Platinum instead. They do Platinum, Heart Gold, and Soul Silver.
Now that would make a lot of sense. That would be beautiful.
Yeah, that'd be nice, dude.
That would be beautiful. I don't know though. Do they have DS games already? They must.
What do you mean? Like have
no,
like
no, it's not on NSO, but you can very
you're
easily.
talking about, I'm talking about on NSO, yeah.
But they have ported. There have been other ports that have come out for DS games, and all you do is you put the main screen on the left, and then you have like a little interface on the right, and then you have a smaller screen below that, and it's it would be super easy to do. And I
meant more for NSO, but that makes sense too. Like I don't know, maybe they do something different. I don't know if these would be on NSO. That is the thing too, right? It's like, do they, like you had just mentioned it, Lumi, but do they make like their own game of it all, like a collection, or is it just?
I think
is it on NSO?
I really do not see a universe where they're on NSO. I don't know. I just don't, because if it's on NSO, can it even connect to home? And then also, I don't know. These are big games. I feel like I don't know. They can make money off of reselling them to us. So why wouldn't you make money off of reselling them to us? You know what I mean?
For sure.
There is also a patent. Like, these are images of a Nintendo DS style second screen for the Switch 2. These came out before the Switch 2 even came out. And we've seen nothing of this since the Switch 2 has come out. And my tinfoil theory is we're going to be seeing another device that you could purchase to basically simulate a second screen. Maybe it goes underneath your Switch 2, and then you see it down there, and it's a second screen for touchscreen or something. I don't know. I recently, this weekend, was playing during the snowstorm. I was playing, I think I popped open Ocarina of Time on the NSO for the N64, and I was prompted within the app. I was prompted to redeem a coupon or something. It was telling me to go offline and purchase a fake, or maybe it might have been for the GameCube, but it was my NSO app on my Switch 2 was prompting me to purchase a controller, a physical apparatus to play these old games. And I think what we could see, maybe not on Pokemon Day, but maybe next year, right? Like maybe on Pokemon Day, they have enough stuff to promote and they release these Pokemon games that we talked about, right? Generations 1, 2, and then 3 games. And then next year or the year after, then they say, guess what? You buy this physical apparatus and you can also get and play all of these generation, all these Generation 4 DS games.
Yeah. I mean, they did the Virtual Boy last time.
Yeah, they've done the the Virtual Boy.
They did the Virtual Boy. Like, this is like one of the dumbest things to me, honestly. But I mean, there's fans out there. But if they did that, they can do this. I do think that this is going to happen. I just don't know if it's going to be this Pokemon Day. I don't think so
either.
This is like what we were just talking about. Like, they could drop some like Gen 3, like Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald this year, and then next year they release that thing and with the Diamond and Pearl.
Or I think there's plenty to be. There's plenty Nintendo here. Direct in February, and then they reveal on Pokemon Day. Hey, you know that thing that they just revealed? Boom! Here's a game to play with it.
Yeah,
that would be wild. That would be wild.
I guess I want to say one more thing, because again, I feel like the comments, people are like not against me when I say I want ports. I think it's a pretty popular opinion, but like I guess to go a step further, like there is I don't know. I feel like every time I say this, people are just like, just emulate, and I'm like, I know I can emulate, but it's not as satisfying. Like, no, it's just not. I spent all this money on my Switch 2. I want to play my Switch 2,
Right. Of course.
Yeah. But to go a step further, I think something else that I really do enjoy, and the last time I felt this was with the Generation 1 ports, was that Red, Blue, and Yellow, or I guess it was Red and Blue, and then later Yellow came out. But those games were re-released on the 3DS, and for the first time in literally, 20 years, everyone on the internet was talking and focusing on these old games at the same time. Like, it actually felt like the entire community was in sync looking at Generation 1. And I remember like people putting up YouTube. I mean, our friend Toby, I feel like was like uploading new theories because he was revisiting the game for the first time in so long, right? And the same thing happened with Generation 2. Again, the whole community was like coming around this. Now shiny hunters are like, we can shiny hunt Celebi. We can just catch Celebi for the first time. Yeah, that's great. But first, I got to tell you guys about our classic, our best selling merch collection, Hidden Legacy. This is a beautiful design by our in-house guy, Noivi, aka Anthony. This man is a legend, but he whipped up this gorgeous design for us. It comes in a variety of colors, and on the back of the shirt, this design encapsulates all sorts of inside jokes, and I guess not even jokes. They're not jokes, but they're just they're things that are, I guess, what's the word? An ode to, right? In legacy to, or in respect of. Come on, guys, help me out.
They're all
I'm drowning
things
over
that
here.
are important to us. I mean, just look at it. Look at it. You've got mons that we hold dear, right? You've got Soul's Ultra Necrozma. You have my Dragonite. You have Dusty's Cherubi even on
Bro,
there. An S tier
we need
Pokemon.
a solo Cherubi shirt. I gotta talk to Noivi about that. Honestly, I kind of forgot about this, but you got the Pokemon Snap camera up top. That's a classic Hidden Power moment right there. And at this point in time, both Soul and I have played a little bit of Pokemon Snap, so this is kind of a retro design at this point, being a thing. But anyways, this, like I said, this last summer we had this created to really just kind of like capture not only the legacy of the show, but also just a lot of the designs, but also the colors that we chose were really in service to or meant to remind. They're in the spirit of the summer, right? To me, it reminded me of when we designed this. I was in Maine. I was on the coast, right? I'm living it up. Summer nights, I'm living it up with the sea breeze in the air, right? Sand in my toes, right? What's that old song? Sand in my bum's in the water, in the sand, toes in the sand,
toes in the water, bum in the sand.
Oh yeah. You know, well, who sings that?
Is
that Jimmy Buffett?
It sounds like a Jimmy Buffett song.
I don't think that's Jimmy Buffett.
No, who is it? Anyways, whatever. It was a gorgeous summer.
Band?
Yes, the Zach Brown Band. And this, listen, summer's upon us, and I'm so excited to get back into the vibes of the summer. I'm really excited here on the East Coast to enjoy the summer, and I hope you are too. If you guys want to support the show, if you want something more tangible than just a Patreon membership, if you want something more tangible than just like some extra episodes every single month, you can go to shop.hiddenpowerpodcast.com. Links are in the description to go to this website, and you can get yourself some new Hidden Legacy merch. We have the shirts. It also comes in a sweatshirt. We should make a ball cap. I don't think we've made a ball cap of this design yet, but we also have a stainless steel bottles available. And yeah, I just love this whole collection so much. There is, of course, so many other designs on the store, so feel free to browse around and get something for yourself, get something for your spouse, or I guess you could say significant other if you're younger than 30. And thank you guys so much. And let's get back to the show. I even interacted with this. I was doing, I was shiny hunting Pokemon eggs. For the first time, I was able to do in Crystal version, the mystery gift, or not the mystery gift, but there's like the mystery egg, right? In Crystal version, where it can be one of 7 baby Pokemon, but also has a higher chance to be shiny. So I'd re-roll that. And there's all these new gameplay things that exist in the past in these old games that no one is interacting with anymore just because they're old. And if you do interact with them, you're kind of all by yourself. And honestly, I heard someone, who was this? I heard someone say this recently and I thought it was so cool. But these Pokemon games are actually, they're like social games disguised as an RPG. It might have been a King K. It might have been a King K retrospective. But I thought that was so beautiful because that aligns with my experience with Pokemon entirely. It's like,
I think it's true, yeah.
Yeah, the joy of these games is that we're able to play them with our friends. And so that's why I want ports. Not just so I can play the game, but also so the entire community is laser focused on blue version, laser focused on ruby version. That sounds fun, dude. That sounds like that makes me like emotional. Like I'm like that.
You're about
it warms my heart, dude. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
It kills me that Soul hasn't played Gen 3 all the way through, because I'm like, there's so many great things that I experienced that we could all experience if they were brought to a new audience. That's how I'm looking at it,
If I may, this might be, unless you have more to say on it.
That was my pitch.
Too.
That was my pitch.
I do think, since this is the 30th anniversary, it's going to be a celebration. I think that's going to be thematically present in the presents, right? And so I think that a neat way to do that is, like we already talked about, obviously, Gen 10. But then you also talk about Champions and its connection to home, and you're using Pokemon in Champions. You've got home, releasing with Legends EA compatibility. Maybe, Dusty, you have these ports, and those ports are also connected to home. So there's this theme of like being able to play all the Pokemon games and then have a place for all the Pokemon to 100%. And so then I wonder, because from the Terra leak, we learned that an old version of Pokopia was supposed to be like, they planned for it to be home compatible. And so I wonder if they announce, because Pokopia will be releasing the week after this presents. I wonder if they announce home compatibility will be coming. I don't think it'll be there at launch, but will be coming to Pokopia. And so there's this theme of, hey, home is now going to connect to all these ports and to Champions, so you can, and to Legends EA, so you can bring them all into home. Then you can battle with them all in Champions. Then you can also play with them over on Pokopia.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm totally thrown off right now. I'm looking at our Twitter page, and the Hatsune Miku project. The images that they just put out are insane. Just nice. The art is absolutely stunning. And
when I say this, I mean no disrespect at all, because I have nothing against this, but this is still going on.
I know.
It is. It's crazy. I feel the same way, but it's like
it's never going away. I don't think
we got Jirachi and Flygon looking absolutely. This is just the coolest thing. Anyways, no, I'm with you. I'm with you. That's awesome.
I agree with what you're saying. Before we move on to Pokopia, because I know that's where you're going, I just want to say, like, they announced the freaking XD Gale of Darkness and Coliseum, like, I don't even know how long ago.
It was literally in April of last year, I'm pretty sure.
Dude, that's crazy.
And it's not here yet. Like, what were they thinking doing that?
I was, so, in the snowstorm, I was thinking about this for some random reason while shoveling. And I was like, you know what? It actually kind of makes sense that they would use XD Gale of Darkness and Coliseum they attach it to NSO, but now all of a sudden the only Pokemon game that you have on Switch 2, it's like, are those games, but you have those. What I'm saying is, like, at launch for the Switch 2, we were all thinking about, I get to play a Pokemon game at some point, right? It's like when a new title comes out,
they tricked us.
Yeah, they tricked us. It's like it makes sense they would want every title to be, every big IP to be attached to this new console. Something to anticipate.
But
I'm kind of expecting. Yeah, I don't know. Do you think that's gonna drop on Pokemon?
It's just like it should. It really should. Like, at this point, when else are they gonna drop it? Like, are they gonna wait till after Gen 10? Like, are we gonna do like a 2-year thing? Like, eventually this is coming. Like, I don't know. Those could be our ports. You know what I mean? Like they could be like, so we're not gonna do ports, but here's the ports. Like,
that is so painful, because it's so painful. Just it's so painful.
I have a question for you. So I found it was in the April 2nd Direct that they announced XD Gale of Darkness and Coliseum coming. So I have a question for you, because I have a list here of all the games they announced alongside XD Gale of Darkness and Coliseum to be releasing. And I'm curious if these are also, like, are we still waiting on these? We've got Super Mario Sunshine.
I don't know, actually.
We have Fire Emblem, Path of Radiance, Super Mario
Path of Radiance just came out recently.
I just started
come out.
I was gonna check my Switch. I started a save file.
It's literally one of the best games ever.
Chibi Robo was another one.
Out.
Luigi's Mansion.
Luigi Mansion is out.
So is Sunshine out? Because I feel like I would have heard more.
I don't think Sunshine is out.
Oh no, but that's gonna be good to play. That's gonna be fun.
I think people like that.
But
those were the ones announced alongside it. So I'm wondering, are those the last ones left?
Yeah. I wonder if something happened.
That said, since it's an NES thing, I do think that would probably be a Nintendo announcement.
Sure.
And so I could actually see. I mean, it was announced in a Nintendo Direct, not a Pokemon one.
Yeah.
So I could see this being maybe released in February, alongside a February Direct. Which, you know, I think at the time this video is airing, the February Direct might already be out.
Yep. Maybe.
But so let me know in the comments if it happened.
I think I guess just to end up the ports conversation, like I think well, that's so weird. XD Gale of Darkness, Coliseum, like the Pokemon Company is treating those like spin-offs, like Mystery Dungeon.
They are.
They kind of always have.
Yeah.
I know,
yeah.
but like part of this conversation has been that like Champions is, you know, the classic Pokemon battles. And Coliseum and XD Gale of Darkness are classic Pokemon battles.
Yeah,
so
but
that's
what
defines a mainline game.
It was never a battle simulator though. Like again, if you watch the
it was
the reveal no, it wasn't.
Coliseum is. I used it as a battle simulator.
Yeah, but they didn't. Is what I'm getting at.
Okay.
If you watch the reveal trailer for Champions, they show the first Pokemon games. They show what's it called? Stadiums. I think they show Stadium 2. They show Battle Revolution, and then they show Scarlet and Violet and Sun and Moon. They don't show XD Gale of Darkness or Coliseum. They want you to forget about those games. I don't know why.
Do they want us to forget about Battle Revolution though?
No,
what about Battle Revolution?
Battle Revolution VGC was done on that in Gym 4.
Yeah,
that's
I believe it.
But see, so there's Stadium, and then it moves right into the Game Boy. Sheesh. So Ruby and Sapphire.
I did a lot of battling on my Game Boy.
And then Battle Revolution were past.
Wow, they really switched it. They just skipped it.
Yeah, because these two were not really. These were like they're like the black
Sun
sheep
and Moon.
Of...
Well, dude, to me, I played so many hours of Coliseum.
There's like an old interview where someone asked Junichi Masuda, like, "Are you ever gonna make another XD Gale of Darkness or Coliseum game?" And he literally went, "No."
Like, yeah, we have no plans at the moment. Is like what he said. Yeah.
Pretty sure he laughed though. Was like the specific thing that I thought was funny in the interview.
He's like, "Guards, get him out of here."
Not allowed.
So
Pokopia.
Yeah, I was okay. Pokopia. I guess we have to have that conversation. Here's the thing.
It's coming out.
I'm starting to. Yeah, it's coming out. It's coming out in March. Probably like a week after
6 days after Pokemon Day it will release.
I am starting to. I've got people in my ear predicting that this is actually going to be a massive game, and I think all the Pokemon fans, all of us who yap about Pokemon games because we're nerds, are kind of overlooking the mass appeal of these types of games and the Venn diagram that it shares with Pokemon fans. I think this is, and now I'm starting to believe, and I will not be surprised because I've got people predicting this in my ear, in my DMs, that this is actually going to be a runaway hit.
I agree.
I mean, I agree.
I think it is.
Totally agree.
This kind of goes back to what Soul was saying about Champions, but on Game Freak's map, they put this game.
Yeah.
They've got this game on their map.
I think this is going to be leagues more popular. This is in a completely another tier than Pokemon Champions.
I would agree with that just because of the genre is so much more popular.
Yes.
I think that's what that is. But for Pokemon fans, I think Champions is still huge. I think this is like bridging, like going out into the world and getting other casuals that play those kind of games and coming in here. I do think that this is going to be
fans. Right?
Yeah. I think this is going to be a huge game for sure. Unless it sucks. That's an option as well.
Totally. I think this is this year's Pokemon Go. Or what they want it to be, I should say.
Yeah.
But I don't think
not even this year, because Pokemon Go is still massive.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, this year's in the sense that the 20th anniversary, alongside Sun and Moon, the big thing that was going to come out that year was Pokemon Go, and it did kind of create a surge of Pokemon Mania. And I think they kind of want this to be the 30th anniversary's equivalent of Pokemon Go.
I do think that we'll get, like, a really proper trailer. Like, we might even get trailers before Pokemon Day, in my opinion, because it's coming out in March and they just are going to want to promote that. So it's like they got to promote the game. The one on Pokemon Day is definitely going to be a huge, like, it's coming out next week, like, buy this, you know. So I definitely am expecting a lot of. I think we're going to get a big section of Pokopia on Pokemon Day.
This might be a really long direct.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I watched.
I heard
think
2
it was
days. It's gonna be like over a day, is what I heard.
I think it was Austin.
Direct.
Yeah, just for a ponytail
please,
reveal.
Please. No, I watched Austin John's like predictions video. Like he did it like a month ago or something. It was a long time ago, but
it was like a week or
he
two ago.
he like covers everything that they do in previous Pokemon days, and I was like, he was saying that he thinks that they would do like almost a 30-minute one this time around, and I do think that that's possible because of. Like, I definitely think there's going to be like a 30th anniversary celebration vibe the whole time. So it's like, I think that plus Pokopia coming out the week after, plus Gen 10, plus Champions, like that's a lot of stuff.
Plus they have so much of those mobile games they have to cover now. You know what I mean? Like at one point it was just Go.
Say that.
It's now Go. It's now Masters EX, Unite, TCG Pocket. I don't know. Do they have Pokemon Friends here again now?
Oh God, no.
I feel like there's another one. There's
say
another
that.
One. Yeah.
But the last one that
just
we got,
TCG.
Yeah, the TCG as well.
TCG,
the last one that we got though, did you remember how they did it?
It was very fast paced.
Yeah,
but it'll still be there. Is what I'm saying, and for the record, I think that's why it's fast paced now. Is because they know, okay, we can't spend 5 minutes on all our spin-off games since we now have 70 of them. Yeah.
I also think they know that we don't like just want to sit there and watch that, but like we want the main stuff. That Sword and Shield presents or direct whatever the reveal of it. There was nothing else there. It was just Sword and Shield and like a few other little things, that's why it was so much longer.
I gotta say, looking at these images of Pokopia, I am really excited to play this game, but I think the Ditto character is kind of cursed.
Absolutely,
it has not grown on me.
Oh,
it's actually so
I'm
bad.
not a fan. Yeah,
I don't know why they went with that, bro. It's so bad.
Do you think we'll be able to bring this character into Champions and battle with it?
I thought about that today. I was thinking about that because I think that you'll be able to bring these into Champions personally, but that's just me. But
wait, you think like even Professor Tangrowth and stuff? You think you can bring into Champions?
This is how you do it. You do it as a skin. I think they don't change at all. It's just like a new skin for your Pokemon. For your Tangrowth can be Professor Tangrowth, but it's the same exact Tangrowth. There's nothing to it.
I think
that's just a personal theory, but I don't think
that would
do the
be
Ditto.
That would be fun. But I think I've lost hope because I think the difference between like the thing that would define what goes into the rule for what is allowed to be in Pokemon Home is that you need to be a trainer. And you need to be capturing Pokemon and Pokeballs. And in this game, you're just befriending characters, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think you're capturing them, so you're not bringing them to home. But I do think there's always a possibility that, and I actually welcome this, and this should have been on our video last week. I wish actually this was on my list when we talked about everything that we want to see in Generation 10.
Go watch that video.
Go check that out. I would love to actually see costumes and like cosmetic changes to our Pokemon. I think that would be so good. That might just be relegated to Pokemon Champions, in which case you would be right, Soul, where it's like it's a costume that you put on your Tangrowth and it's cross promotion with Pokopia. It's like hey, get this skin, download it quick, like it's a limited time.
Yeah, you can buy this. So you can like buy a Mosslax.
But it's not actually a Mosslax. Mosslax is a character.
Exactly.
I mean,
that's how I think it should work.
For what it's worth, I've harped on this for a while now, ever since we found it. There was a little 4chan post. In fact, it was 2 4chan posts posted a month apart about details on Champions, and it got a lot of stuff right. In fact, the only thing it's gotten wrong at this point is that said it will release January 23rd, and that is something that, always especially changeable. That far back, could have absolutely changed.
That's crazy.
And it got some really crazy specific things right. Like it said that they were gonna remove IVs, and it looks like we've seen the customization screen of a Pokemon stats, and it looks like IVs are gone. That's a really weird thing to call, in my opinion. There was other stuff too, but it did say that like there would be skins or outfits or whatever for your Pokemon that you could purchase with certain points.
Damn, dude. Going back to Pokopia, I mean, that is super cool. I'm starting to think we should revisit that because I haven't looked at that in like months. But thinking one more thought on Pokopia, I am praying to Arceus that there is a cosmetic change where it's like an upgrade that you can purchase or unlock
for Ditto
that allows you to give Ditto like it'll be like give your character Meryl eyes, give your character Charmander eyes.
I don't know about the actual face
You can at least
changing.
make yourself look like Misty.
Not the face, just the eyes. Because I think the eyes are cursed. That's what I think.
Yeah, I do think that if this is anything like Animal Crossing, you will be able to, customize your whole player, everything. So
I mean, we know that there's like clothes customization, like you can change your clothes or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's interesting. I think it's going to be good. I'm almost definitely picking it up. So and on Pokemon Day, I think they'll do a whole huge thing on Pokopia.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll have enough time to get all the goods.
All right.
I think there'll even be new characters in Pokopia, by the way. Like
more of those like
good
Pokemon characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they'll reveal some of that.
Sure.
Final prediction there.
So Generation 10, Pokemon ports, Pokopia, Champions. Is there one other big thing I'm missing? Because I got one last thing for you.
All of the little things that Lumi mentioned as well. Which we don't need to go over.
They could announce.
I don't know what to add.
They could announce Concierge Season 3. They could talk a little bit more about.
Well, I want to see Concierge Season 2. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I haven't either. They could talk more about the misadventures of Sirfetch'd and Pichu.
New Pokemon movie?
Maybe. I don't.
New Pokemon. Oh, new Pokemon anime.
I think they might talk about the anime. That is much more likely.
That could be good.
Because
also they might announce a like anime web series. Because for the 25th they did Evolutions, and then for the 20th they did Generations. I might have those flipped, but they definitely did both those things.
I forgot about that, but that is so true. They do those all the time too.
Honestly,
they did it for,
I'd like for them to announce a little web series set in Lumios for Legends EA, because we got that. We got Hisuian Snow for Legends Arceus, and we had Twilight Wings for Sword and Shield, and then we had like Paldean Winds or something like that for Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah. Also, I don't know. I think it was the 20. It was at the 25th or the 20th anniversary, or maybe the 21st. They did an online event that gifted a bunch of like legendary and mythical Pokemon.
Yeah, the year of the mythical.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's cool. Like, any sort of giveaway like that would be like a lot of fun.
Shinies, please.
Are we gonna get anything with Pokemon Home as well? You think?
Are we gonna get anything in Scarlet and Violet?
Oh, that's
I just thought about it. Like,
the Scarlet and Violet DLC.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like the mythical Pokemon could be given away in Scarlet and Violet. That actually doesn't make any sense because you get those in the game. So
I don't know about that, but I mean, I don't know if shinies or something.
I mean, maybe
get a shiny this.
In Pokemon Home, like they started releasing these like every year or so. They would release like basically a shiny mythical Pokemon that is like unobtainable any other way, that you could unlock at any point if you complete a specific regional dex in Pokemon Home. So if you catch all those Pokemon, you move them to Home, you'll unlock a regional or a shiny mythical. And there's a bunch of
shiny Diancie. I'm calling it.
Yeah. So in ZA, the theory, you could think about it. If you complete the ZA dex, you move everything to Home, you get something. Shiny Diancie would be dope. I think also they could do a dex for the Mega Dimension Pokemon, like the DLC Pokemon. And then what would that be?
I don't think they did that they didn't separate it for Scarlet and Violet and its DLC, or Sword and Shield and its DLC though. So I don't think they would.
Okay, that's a bummer.
Yeah, it is.
Because I want two.
Maybe
I did a lot of capturing,
and I'm
I got a lot more to get then if that's the case.
But
I haven't completed my decks yet.
But yeah, I think that they do probably announce if they're talking about home compatibility with ZA, they probably do talk about that. Also on that note too, I think they could reveal a new Mega.
No.
On Pokemon Day.
Oh, I was going to mention that. What about freaking what's his name? Yeah, what about Garchomp?
Oh,
bro?
yeah, you got to drop Garchomp too. Yeah, Garchomp Z. I wouldn't even think about that.
Why?
Forget about
who is playing? Who is going to go and play that right now? And especially
not even an event.
Who's going to play what?
The Garchomp Z thing. Have you seen what the event is? Because like it's online. It's literally just like how you got Scovillain or Golurk. You just there's a portal. You go in it. There it is. You battle it. There it is.
I think a lot of people would play that.
It's not that.
What do you mean? You're gonna play it?
You
I
get
won't.
it? I'm not saying that. You get
You're
it,
not
and
gonna
then
get
what do you do?
What do you mean?
What do you do after?
But like, what do I?
feel
Yeah,
like-
exactly. What do I do with it after? You know?
I don't know. I don't know what they're doing because also the ranked battle thing is done too at that point. Like once Blaziken's over, you know,
I need to play that.
what are we
I haven't
doing?
unlocked any of those yet. I stopped playing.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Are you gonna
No.
boot it
but
up?
no, but
whenever
this-
you get Garchomp, just to get Garchomp, and that's
This
it.
is
and
the
then-
mistake. You think it's for us. It's not for us. It's for people who haven't gotten it yet. It's
I haven't gotten it yet.
Nobody's
mean the
gotten
game.
Garchomp Z
for
yet.
people who haven't gotten the game
Oh,
yet.
sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
he means
Listen,
the game.
you're telling me if Let's Go Pikachu, if they announced Mega Charizard, what am I saying?
Mega
If they say
Charizard.
Mega Garchomp Z is finally released and it's coming out in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, you're telling me you wouldn't go get it?
I would, and then I would be like, "What am I going to do with this?"
I know, but you would get it. You'd have to buy the game. Is my point.
Oh,
You know, there's people who
Oh.
haven't. There's people who haven't gotten ZA yet. You know,
I think that
yeah.
for Champions they might announce a new Mega exclusively for it. Or
that'd be really cool.
I think it's too soon for Pokemon Day. I agree that'll happen. I don't think that's happening.
it depends.
that's
It
a
depends
good-
on
Well-
when Champions is dropping. Because like if they're gonna Shadow drop Champions that day, then yeah.
That would incentivize me to get it literally that day. That would
Mhm.
incentivize me because I'd be like, okay, this is crazy. I gotta get this.
I think
okay.
yeah, Champions.
My last thing. Well, actually, maybe I think you guys have actually corrected me on this in the past. But what is what is the Pokemon Works doing?
They're doing
Champions
and home. Mainly Champions, it seems.
Well, they're not doing anything for home. There's nothing to do with home.
Well, they're like, any maintenance, any compatibility for ZA,
Yeah,
but
they are doing
mainly
the
Champions
compatibility.
is the big.
You
thing
don't
that
think
they're
they
doing.
you don't think they could be working on something else? There might not be some sort of wild card project.
I personally don't think so for this year. Maybe they're working
Sure.
on something. I don't think that it's something
Okay.
for this year. If they are,
All right, then my other okay, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. If they're working on Champions, that is a project. So then the last thing is just a new app altogether, and I don't know what that would be. And maybe that's
Champions.
actually Champions. Yeah, maybe that is Champions.
That's
that
fair
is-
though.
but it could be a new app. A new app is announced
Mm-hmm.
every year, and they announced Champions last year, so they have technically they have to announce. They don't have.
I
to do
just think
anything,
with I think with the amount of stuff that's happening this year, I
Yeah,
think
it's a
they
lot.
don't do it now. And if they're going to do it, maybe at Worlds or something. Like they can
Yeah,
release a new
true.
app later, like they did with Friends. Is it Friends? I don't even know what it's
Friends,
called.
yes, something like.
Yeah.
I don't even know why it's called Friends. It's puzzles.
Oh,
that
dude,
game.
I thought you were
Game.
talking about Pokemon Smile. I was like, what are you guys talking
No,
about?
that's
like-
exactly
it's
though.
equivalent.
Exactly
It's the
our point,
equivalent.
Dusty.
That was like a
what are you
garbage
talking
game.
about?
That's crazy.
It's the equivalent, except it's less memorable than Smile
Yes.
because
I didn't remember
don't know,
it. Smile's funny and
Friends-
cute and not it's just for kids.
Yeah,
Okay, then yeah, I guess just what I'm thinking about, like when we go into Pokemon Day, the celebration is starting. That is the start
Right.
of the celebration.
Mhm.
So I think whatever happens, like it's gonna be a slow roll all year long. And truthfully, my hunch has always been this is the start of a new era. So it's like it's gonna be the start of an announcement of a bunch of things. But even with like the ports, I think what we could be seeing is them almost showing us a roadmap. Like, guess what? We have this new app. It's the Pokemon app. It's the retro app, whatever you want, something. And you can get these, but you can only get these, when we release them, which is going to be over time. Right.
Mhm.
And I'm just saying, like, I'm using that as an example of like Pokemon Champions could get dropped at the end of next month. But then Pokopia is right after that. That's a different type of player. Then we could get a new anime a month later. Then there's new TCG sets throughout the year, right? Maybe they're cross promoting ZA. Then they're also like, guess what? Ports are going to drop, but you get more ports next year and the year after that. Then finally Pokemon, Generation 10 actually drops. There's hype throughout the year. Then there's hints at DLC for the following year. And basically this will be the start of the new era. This is literally the start of a whole new and I mean generation, not just like a new game. I mean like the roller coaster is starting. Like get ready, buckle up, and
For sure.
subscribe because this is the #1 Pokemon podcast. Let us know what you think. If you're new, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for subscribing. Are you guys pumped?
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited.
Dude, I'm so
I don't know if
pumped.
it's like
I'm
we're
pumped
out.
beyond belief. Yeah.
Yeah. I see the rest of the Sword and Shield trailer. You guys should go watch that one day because
I know I'm actually going to watch that after this.
Yeah, I know.
There's a link in the description if you want to support this show and unlock a brand new Pokemon podcast every single week. We've been uploading for like the last 10 weeks. Maybe the last 7 weeks.
It sounds like it's been about
7 weeks,
3
maybe
months now. I feel like it's been since November.
Well, I was gonna say we've been doing a retrospective series.
Oh, sure, the retrospective that started in December. Yeah.
We've been going through every single generation and lead up to the 2 Pokemon days. So
8 weeks.
It's a great time to support the show, and then also get yourself some extra content every single week. Go check out the perks if you have the means. We appreciate you watching. Subscribe if you're new, and let us know in the comments. Let us know in the comments what you guys are expecting to see on Pokemon Day 2026. Thank you guys. I'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.